The 2022 D quarter dollar is one of the most remarkable modern coins from the United States Mint, carrying both historical and collectible importance. It was struck at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the D mint mark found on the obverse of the coin. 2022 marks the very first year of the American Women Quarters Program, a new series designed to honor influential women in U.S. history who made significant contributions in politics, science, arts, civil rights, and culture. This quarter replaced the long-running America the Beautiful series that ended in 2021. Therefore, 2022 D quarters hold a special place as the beginning of a brand new era in U.S. coinage. For collectors and historians, these coins are not just small pieces of metal, but valuable reminders of the evolving story of America's identity, values, and progress. On the obverse, front side, of the 2022 D quarter, you will find the portrait of George Washington, the nation's first president. However, this design is not the same as the classic John Flanagan design that Americans had been familiar with since 1932. Instead, the U.S. Mint decided to use a completely different portrayal of Washington created by sculptor Laura Gardin Fraser back in 1931. Interestingly, Fraser's design had originally been recommended for the Washington Quarter's debut, but it was set aside in favor of Flanagan artwork. After nearly 90 years, her Washington portrait finally appeared in 2022, making this quarter historically significant. The image shows Washington facing right, with a more classical and realistic style. The inscriptions around the obverse include Liberty, In God We Trust, 2022, and the mint mark D for Denver. This change alone made the 2022 quarter stand out from all its predecessors. The reverse, backside, of the coin is where the American Women Quarters program truly shines. Each coin in the series highlights one important woman in American history, with a design carefully chosen to reflect her legacy. In 2022, there were 5 unique designs, each featuring a different woman: Maya Angelou, the celebrated poet and activist; Dr. Sally Ride, the first American woman in space; Wilma Mankiller, the first female principal chief of the Cherokee Nation; Nina Otero-Warren, a leader in the suffrage movement and education reform; and May Wong, the first Chinese-American Hollywood movie star. Depending on which design you have, the reverse of your 2022 D quarter could showcase any of these powerful figures, making the coin both educational and culturally significant. The Maya Angelou quarter shows Angelou with her arms uplifted, a symbolic pose that represents both freedom and creativity. Behind her, a bird in flight and rays of the sun appear, connecting to her famous literary work, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. This design honors her not just as a poet, but also as a singer, dancer, and civil rights activist who inspired millions. The coin communicates themes of empowerment, resilience, and hope. The Dr. Sally Ride quarter portrays the astronaut looking out at Earth from space, holding her astronaut helmet. Ride was not only the first American woman in space, but also a physicist and an advocate for science education. This design highlights her groundbreaking role in the space program and her efforts to encourage young girls to pursue careers in STEM. The imagery connects America's progress in space exploration with the courage of individuals who broke gender barriers. The Wilma Mankiller quarter depicts her wearing a traditional shawl, alongside the 7-pointed star of the Cherokee Nation. She was a leader, activist, and the first woman elected as principal chief of her people. Her coin symbolizes both Native American identity and women's leadership. Mankiller's impact resonates beyond her community, as she worked tirelessly for social justice and indigenous rights. The Nina Otero-Warren quarter highlights her role in the suffrage movement. She advocated for women's right to vote and emphasized bilingual education in New Mexico. The reverse design features her portrait along with the words, Voto para la mujer, vote for women, which reflects her efforts to include Spanish-speaking communities in the broader struggle for equality. This coin reminds us that democracy is strengthened when diverse voices are heard. The May Wong quarter presents her with a graceful and stylish pose, reflecting her influence in early Hollywood cinema. Wong was the first Chinese-American movie star to gain international recognition, but she faced discrimination and limited opportunities in the film industry. Her coin honors her as a trailblazer who paved the way for future generations of Asian American actors. The design is both artistic and powerful, symbolizing the fight for representation in American culture. From a numismatic perspective, the 2022 D quarters are not rare in ordinary circulation, since millions were struck at the Denver Mint. However, they are very desirable in higher grades and in special finishes. Circulated examples are generally worth face value, 25 cents, but uncirculated versions can sell for more depending on condition. For example, a mint state, MS 65 or higher, 2022 D quarter may fetch between $2 to $5, and coins graded even higher by professional services can be worth more. Collectors also pursue these coins in proof sets, silver proof sets, and uncirculated coin sets issued directly by the U.S. Mint. The designs are so fresh and striking that they appeal to both serious collectors and casual hobbyists. Another important detail is the historical timing of these quarters. The American Women Quarters program will run from 2022 through 2025, with a total of 20 different women honored. Since 2022 was the inaugural year, these coins symbolize the beginning of a brand new tradition. Just like the 50-state quarters program in the late 1990s and early 2000s, these coins have the potential to spark interest among new collectors, especially young people learning about history through coinage.